Well, I went and did it. Went and polished it so you guys can see it. Heart-shaped box lid. Rotochrosite. Got the cool pyrite on here. I think pretty sure that's pyrite. I'm not sure. It might even be silver. Who knows? I have to get a specific gravity test on it and see what it really is. Pretty sure it's pyrite. Comes with rotochrosite. I'm not really sure. You'll find occasionally areas of pyrite in in rotochrosite, I think. But this is the heart now that it's been polished. It's been a long time since I've had this a long time. I've had it ever since I was a kid. Show you how it glows. It lights up. Light. Anyway, so when the camera focuses again, I'll show you. Let's see, pull it back some. There we go. Another thing of beauty now. One colors. Really incredible looking thing. Had this since I was a teenager. I gave it to my mom a long time ago, but I took it back from her because I wanted to do some more work on it. And she ended up dying, so she never got it back. I was going to give it back to her when I polished it and stuff. But she had it at one time. That and this. That's the base for it. I took it back so I can finish the work on it. I had given it to her while it was still in the roof, and it's been in this condition ever since. And with the quarantine out, I had the extra time to sit around. Well, I always got time, but I never really wanted to mess with it until now. Just kept it under preservation, just keeping it like it was. But for this time I polished it, since I'm going to show it to the world, might as well show it in its beautiful form. But this is kind of like a before and after series of videos of all the stuff I've been doing. There, show you what it looks like now. Next I'm going to be working on the base right here. It's still in its rough base, but I carved that out by hand, little hand tools that I made myself out of corals and stuff like these. Let's see, pieces like this, yeah. Take that, use the edge on that. And just other pieces I have used. Use things like this to do a lot of sanding and like grinding. It's really hard stuff. This material is really, really hard. It's almost hard as a diamond, so it makes for some really great tools for carving stuff. Little hand tools, just like the ancient people used to do. Use little tools that I made out of agatage coral. And you can use them for doing various things like drilling holes. This one I use for drilling holes. Use a little spike that goes down through there. It's real sharp, like a little diamond tip. And I can spin it with a little rod with some string on it. Spin it back and forth. That way it gives an authentic look to anything I create. Like the ancients really made it. It's not that I'm trying to counterfeit ancient items. It's just that I want to do things the way the ancient people used to do them. I don't really want to use industrial tools. It's just a relationship I have with stone. I love to take a piece and that's in the rough, and I'll hand polish that. I'll spend a lot of time to hand polish that to get that polish on there. And just using just regular tools, no high grade intensity stuff, you know. But well, I do you end up having to use like some high grade sandpapers and stuff, like the really ultra fine sandpapers. It's the only way to get that kind of a polish. I don't really have what ancients had, like the concoctions that their little wizards came up with, you know. It's made out of elements I don't even know nothing about, so I have to kind of use some tools, like the sandpapers, for instance. But as far as the actual tools, well, some tools got to be used, like the saw. When you cut something, you know, you got to cut it with a saw, so you got to use an industrial tool there. I'm talking about when I go to like take a big piece like that one back in the back, sure, I'll have to cut it with a saw first. That piece of calcite right there is where that came from. And then first you cut a piece off, kind of shape it out to where the shape, you know, give it the shape. But as far as all this goes, where that was dug out by hand with little hand tools, all this goes cut by hand tools, cut out and shaped. And did all this shaping to it. Even carved my signature in there. Well, it's like just my initial to my signature. Right there. First initial J. I usually sign stuff like that when it comes to stone. I just put I put my J on there. I designed that myself, a little J. I don't know if you can see that, but you will when I be able to polish this whole thing. You'll be able to see it real clear. These things are pretty neat because they glow under a black light. Black light makes them glow intensely. Let's see if we can see if I can display that here. I got a black light right here. Let's see. Turn all these lights off. Hold on. Show you how this does. See if we can catch it for it. That light's probably going to blind my camera. I probably won't even be able to see it. There it goes.
Bluetooth mode.
Oh, shut up. Let's see. We can't get that. See how they glow? Some of them glow crazy when they're blacklit. All kinds of weird ones that glow. There's another one. That's why I think that one's a ruby, because rubies glow like that when they're blacklit. I'll show that in the light so you guys can see that, but see how they glow? Glow all trippy too. Green glow. There's a skull. And those cave habitats. Those crystal ones I shared. Oh, there goes my black light. Just went out. Oh, hold on. There it goes. Oh, went out again. Wait, let me get an angle on this. I don't know. Hold on a sec, guys. There's that little short. See how trippy they look when I... I'll show all these again in the light. I shared a video of them all yesterday. You look for that, you'll be able to see them all in the light. But this is what they look like when they glow. Some of them are trippy. That's that real really clear crystally one. See if I can't get a good close up of that. These cameras don't really want to work in dark. They don't want to focus. Camera's blind as a bat or something. Let's see. Look at some of them. Where we go? Alright. There it goes. There's another one that glows pretty good. Yeah. They put out some really trippy colors. Look at that. So, that's crazy, isn't it? Look at that. That's crazy looking. There's my skull. Just wear that all the time. Yeah. Oh, I'll do that. Okay. It's crazy looking, huh? It's all crazy looking. Let's see if I can't zoom in on that. Turn the light on so you can see how it changes. It's pretty cool, huh? Oh, sorry. Let's go back to put the light down. Let's see. Alright, anyway, go back to showing you how the heart looks. That's really pretty now. Let's see. Main thing is I wanted to show this. It's pretty neat. Put it in the light, in the dark. It's a really good Jimmy piece of rotor cruise of it. This thing's worth some money. I'm not really sure how much, but it should be worth quite a bit of money. Just because of the aestheticness of it, because I'll show you again. See how it says. It actually says love. Just naturally in there. I noticed it after I was sanding it. And I shaped it out, and I noticed There's an L, right? There's L. Hold on, let's wait till the camera focuses. Camera wants to play games. Let's see. Close up on this. Alright, there's L. Alright. O. See, I got the O all the way around here. Comes all the way around as O. Alright, there's the O. And there's the V. The two sides of the V. There's V right there. V. And then E. E on the side right here. E. Alright. It's got like an E shape. It's E. L-O-V-E. Love. That's why I love this thing so much. It's beautiful. It's got that rotochrosite on there. I mean, it's all polished. The metal or something. I don't know what type of metal that is. It's probably calopyrite. It just looks like metal, but it's really a crystal. Because it's not magnetic. I've tried sticking a magnet to it, don't stick to it. So it's either silver or I don't know what it is. Gotta figure it out, but anyway, it sure is pretty. And then I'll show you the heart under the light, the other heart. Oh, but let me finish showing you this real quick. See, then there's the box for a ring, for a diamond ring. And that goes on there. And later it'll have a gold housing that'll hold on to the heart right here. And it'll be able to open up and be hinged right here. There'll be a hinge on there. But it shows the size ratio of what it looks like. It's about that big. I just want to share what it looks like now before I'm done. Be like a Fabergé ring box almost, huh? That thing's gonna be a beautiful thing. It already is getting there. It's getting pretty. When it was all sanded down, I didn't know all those really pretty colors. I mean, I knew the blues were right there, but they extend further deep down in there than I thought. And they go in there pretty good, man. I want to document all that so y'all can enjoy this as much as I am, because this is beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I'm gonna hold it still. Took it pretty polished too. Still got a lot more sand in it to get those. See those little those caverns? I mean, valleys or whatever you call them. Gotta get all them out of there. I can't stand to see anything like that in my. I'll keep sanding this thing down until I got them completely flush. But it's gonna be a lot of work because I do it by hand. Real meticulous and careful. I'm not really sure how far I gotta go to get rid of that, so it takes a lot of time to do it real slow and meticulous. There's a lot of time spent on these things. It takes a long time. most of these rocks that I've got took me a really long time to polish some of them because of the hardness of them. I'm talking like carrying them to work with me, lunch break or sitting there at lunchtime, whatever, while I'm chewing on my sandwiches or whatever, I'll be sanding away at the same time. Took me a long time because a lot of them, they come rough. They're just in the rough, kind of like this one where you find it and then you gotta somewhat tumble it. You gotta hack the stuff off. Like I'll show you, kind of like, here's a piece I'm working on now. Stuff comes with all this crap on it anyway. It's like, alright, and you keep on working it down until you get to the crystal. See? And you gotta just keep hacking at it with a really sharp tool. Real meticulous, just pounding away at it like a little tiny jackhammer until you sand that all the way down. And then you get to where this one's gonna be neat because it's gonna be a pendant. It's gonna look kind of like a dog Petey. He's got little ears. See right in his ear too. He scratches his ear like I used to do my dog. But all that's gonna be carved out like a dog. There's gonna be little teeth, like a little smile and everything. He's got a little smile on his face, just like my dog Petey. It's gonna be a dog pendant you hang on your neck, around the neck, right there. It's gonna look like a dog because it already kind of looks like a little character, a little cartoon dog smiling at me. So a lot of things I make, when I make them, I look at them, see what they speak to me, say they want to be something. They don't really talk like I hear them talking, but they kind of, I think in my mind, and it kind of like speaks to me, like I want to be a dog, kind of. I really make that up myself, but I like playing around with my imagination in my head. I think all kinds of crazy stories. The dog and me playing on a hill somewhere, chasing each other around. There, you know, I play around in my dream world of mine, but it's all in fun. But anyway, let's see. I got Petey back there. Anyway, I was gonna show you. Then you sand down into there. Oh, wait a minute. Let me turn this down. Hold on. Anyway, camera needs to focus here. Come on, camera. And now, see that's crystal in there. Wet it a little bit so you can see better. It's really hard to get these digital cameras to work on something so tiny and delicate. You gotta get one of the better cameras. I can really zoom in on this stuff. And plus I want to start doing like a series of videos where it kind of instructional on how to do this stuff, because I've amassed a lot of skill over the years of doing stuff. Oh, there's that one I thought was a ruby. See how it changes? See how red it is on the outside? When it was under that black light a minute ago, see how it glowed real crazy? I think that's a ruby. Or a sapphire, some pink sapphire. Anyway, put this back here where it's safe. Let's see. Oh, drop the thing. There's another piece, coral. Pretty cool. Alright, put doggy back. Let's see. Show you this one. It's pretty neat. This one's gonna be a shark. Kinda looks like a shark already, huh? I had that one a long time. I made one out of its brother. I found this one and another one at the same time, a long time ago, when I used to hang out with me and my mom and her boyfriend. Used to go down to this place called Shell Point. It's over by Ballast Point Pier. And but Shell Point's pretty much where you can't even get to it now. Nowadays, they built all these mansions and it's private property, and you can't get in there. And the millionaires will shoot you if they catch you out there. But way back in the day when I was a kid, you could go out there and there was like an access road that you can go down and everything. And you can get right to the edge of the water right there by Tampa Bay and go down there and search along the shoreline right there before they piled rocks all on top of it now. But now you can't really find the stuff like I could find it when I was a kid. You could go all along there and find pieces like this. Come on, camera, zoom up. Wait, let me focus it again, guys. Anyway, I've found pieces like this, and it was like they kind of look like a shark. A couple of them had this. A lot of them have these weird shapes. You know, you get these shapes. It's all like this. Oh, I've got a couple pieces I can show you. Here's another piece. Put the shark over here. But it's really hard to. This material is really super hard. It's like the hardness of diamond. That's why they call it Ballast Point Diamond. It's like the nickname for it, because people used to dig it up way back in the turn of the century. Back in the like 1900s and stuff, people used to dig this stuff up because the Chinese would pay a lot of money. It's like various like foreign countries and stuff, they used it to substitute for diamond blades, because diamond blades are real expensive. And their ingenious, innovative nature, they designed saw blades with this stuff, and it's got the same hardness of diamond because of the molecular structure of it. It's coral in its natural state when it's a living being, and all the little polyps are in there. They're all little tiny little people that live in there. That they're like these little plant-looking animals. They look like a plant, but they're an animal. But they have the physical appearance of like a weird tree from outer space or something. Living arms, and even the leaves and the branches are all like there's a little living tree. It's weird. And well, that living tree, or whatever it is, it's a little being. And the molecules of the atomic structure of the being is like all carbon. Most everything on Earth is like elephants and whales and you and me, and like everything else on the planet is pretty much like 40 something percent carbon base, where they have, you know, anywhere between 40 and 46% of their molecular structure and the atomic structure of their body. They have a lot of carbon inside, but not all carbon. But coral, the amazing thing about coral is it's almost 100% carbon, but it's still a living being. How could that be? You know, just like anywhere between like 90 something, like up in the 90s. I think I heard like reports when they did studies on them, they were finding like levels of like 96% carbon-based organism. And so when you petrify that organism under like the ocean, they get petrified. Like you got an organism that gets trapped in the, like just for instance, an organism gets trapped in the sediments, right? Hold on, let's let it focus again. You got these organisms. They're in the Like this shell, for instance. I mean, this, whatever it is. Cameras frustrate me. Can't, there we go. See that shell? Gets trapped in the sediments, right? Under the ocean. But over millions of years, it becomes mineralized from sitting in them, inside that sediment. It hardens and it traps it. Everything that's trapped in it also becomes like mineralized, turned into the same stuff that. So it takes elements from the minerals that's stuck in, and those minerals replace the actual organism over time, because the organism's dead now and it rots away, but it's replaced by the minerals that it's stuck in. So it preserves it, like mummifies it basically, but it turns it to crystal. So if you took coral, which is almost 100% carbon, and you put it under that same process of crystallizing it and preserving it like this, it basically turns into diamond. Because that's what diamond is. It's just coal that's in a kimberlite mine in the base of a volcano, and the volcano tubes and all that stuff. Over millions of years, that sits there under pressure. The carbon that comes from that volcano, it sits there for hundreds of millions of years under pressure, under millions and billions of cubic metric tons, and it just pressurizes it to the point where it mineralizes. That little piece of carbon becomes like crystallized because it's just under that much pressure and that much age, and the high contact of carbon, it grows the crystal of diamond. So that's why they call this ballast point diamond, because it's like it's the same thing as diamond. It can work just as good as a diamond drill bit, and you grind this up and you put it on a saw blade. It'll make that saw blade a lot cheaper to make than using actual diamonds. So that's why a lot of people made a fortune off this, because they dug up so much of it. They sent it off to industry to be produced into diamond saw blades, and they made so much more money. Because a regular saw blade costs what it was like a pound of diamond dust cost over, I think it's like a pound of diamond dust costs, like a shitload of money, like $50,000 or something, $5,000 or something, $15,000. I don't know the exact